Welcome to my WinForms tutorial. Since it is one of the best and easiest ways to quickly and efficiently create your own programs for Windows, I thought it would be good to give you a little insight into this topic. On my channel you will find a lot of videos with various example programs that usually use WinForms as a basis. We will start with a short overview where you will learn what WinForms is, and how easy it is to create a layout with it. Then we'll take a quick look at a few facts. After that we'll create a complete program including layout and code. It will be a simple notepad clone. So have fun with this video, let's get started. Here you can see a simple WinForms window. It serves as the basis for your program and you can easily equip it with controls from the toolbox with various controls such as buttons, checkboxes, text boxes or picture boxes. This makes it very easy to create or recreate layouts. There are various other options such as custom controls or NuGet packages, but this video is about the basis that is already available. You can easily personalize all controls with the help of the Properties window. Here you can change different things depending on the control, such as the name, the font or color size and much more. So you are quickly able to recreate your desired program with the help of WinForms or implement your own ideas. Now let's take a quick look at some facts before we start with the Notepad clone. WinForms provides a way to create rich user interfaces using a drag-and-drop interface builder along with a powerful programming model. Its applications are built using the C# programming language, although other .NET languages like Visual Basic .NET can also be used. It simplifies the process of creating desktop applications by providing a set of pre-built controls that can be easily dragged onto a design surface and customized as needed. WinForms applications respond to user interactions and system events through event-driven programming. Developers can write event handlers to respond to button clicks, mouse movements, keyboard inputs, and other actions. Also offers a wide range of built-in controls such as buttons, text boxes, labels, checkboxes, list boxes, data grids, and more. These controls can be customized and combined to create sophisticated user interfaces. It supports data binding, allowing developers to bind controls to data sources such as databases, XML files, or custom data objects. This simplifies the process of displaying and manipulating data in the user interface. WinForms development is seamlessly integrated into Microsoft Visual Studio, providing a powerful IDE with features like code completion, debugging, and design time support for building and testing applications. While WinForms primarily targets the Windows operating system, it is possible to run WinForms applications on other platforms using technologies like Mono or .NET Core. So WinForms remains a popular choice for building desktop applications due to its ease of use, extensive documentation, and robust tooling support. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced developer, WinForms offers a versatile framework for creating desktop applications with a rich user experience. Now let's finally get started with our Notepad clone. We will create the entire layout and the necessary code together. In the end you will have a complete tool that you can expand or change later as you wish. Now let's move to the practical part of this video. Hello and welcome to my new tutorial where we will create a Notepad clone. To do this, we will first create a new WinForms project. Once created, you will have the form directly in the screen which you can populate using the toolbox. As a brief introduction and overview, I will show you a little about the Visual Studio interface using a simple Hello World program. On the left-hand side you have the toolbox with various controls, which you can simply drag and drop onto the main form to create your layout quickly and easily. On the right-hand side you have the settings window with various settings depending on which controls you have active. Here you can change the name, size or font, for example. By clicking on the small lightning bolt in the settings window, you can access the events of the respective control, where various events such as the click event are already available. We will use this in this example. You can create it by double-clicking on the button or by clicking on the corresponding event in the list. At the top of form1.cs you can see the namespaces. These are integrated by the word using. The namespaces contain various classes that we can use in the code. For example, the message box class that we use here. If you want to know more about this topic, there is a basic tutorial on my channel where you can see information such as the installation of Visual Studio and the creation of a project. Now let's start with our program, the Notepad Clone. For this we use a newly created project where we first change the text of the form accordingly. Then we will use various controls from the toolbox, which we drag and drop onto our form, such as a menu stripe, an open file dialog, save file dialog, font dialog and some others. You can see how easy it is to create your own layout with the help of Windows Forms and the toolbox. In this case we adapt the layout to the original Notepad tool, but changes of any kind would also be quick and easy to implement. Once we have equipped the stripe menu with all the buttons, we can drag a rich text box onto the shape and fill the entire shape with it. This will serve as our writing area. A few quick settings and that's it. Now we can start creating all the click events for our buttons so that we can use them later in the code. The easiest way to do this is to double-click the corresponding area. With the region block we can create a good overview and pack all event handlers for the respective menu item together. In this case we forgot to create the event handler for the new button and added a wrong one, but we can easily change this and delete the wrong one via the event handler page. Now we have the appropriate event handler code for each menu item and can start filling the event handlers with the corresponding code. Most of the menu items are quite easy to cover. And with the help of the Open File dialog and Save File dialog controls, saving and opening files is quite simple. For printing, we also use the Print control from the toolbox. For our print, we need some additional settings. First, we had to add our print document to the print preview dialog, and we need also a new even handler from our document control. Let's add it to the code section. We use graphics to generate our printable text for our print preview. This is the simplest way you can do that, but we will see later on some issues when we try to print regarding the color and the format. During this video you will see also an additional option to create a print from the Richtextbox using a custom control. So our file menu is already created. So time to fill all buttons from the edit menu. Next is our Format menu. After that we are almost done and can try the tool for the first time. For the About item, we use a simple message box. As last step we can set a filter to the Save and Open File dialog. This makes it possible to save and load only text files. So now we are ready for the first test. As you can see, the tool looks almost like the original Notepad tool from Windows. We can maximize it and adjust the window. Writing is possible, as well as changing the font and font color. Also, the functions like copy, paste and select all are possible. It is also possible to save and reload the files later. You see also that the corresponding Save and Open Files dialogs are already set to the correct file type by our filter. It is currently also not possible to print the text in the displayed color and font. This is not easily possible with the rich text box. However, there is the possibility to change this with a few code changes and a custom text box. To do this, we first remove the text box from our form and create our own rich text box derived from the original class. To do this, we first create our own class and call it rich text box with an X after it. This is usually used for extensions of classes. This will create our own rich text box with some additional methods that we can use later. To do this, we derive our new class from the original rich text box class. This means that our new class can do everything the old one can do, plus what we include in this code. The complete content of this class comes from the following website. Here it is also explained in more detail and you can see how it is connected. In principle, you don't always have to understand everything. In this case it's okay to just type it out and use it. I'll put the link to the page in the description. I scroll once completely through the code, so you will be able to reproduce it if necessary. To see the new control in the toolbox and to be able to use it, you must start your program once so that it is compiled. In this case, it is still prevented by a few errors that have arisen due to the fact that we have already removed our old rich text box, but it is still used in the code. To fix this, we simply drag another one from the toolbox into the form, which we can then remove again. Our new control has now been created and is available in the toolbox. Now we only need to move the new control to the form, and change the name according to the code. If you want to know more about custom controls, have a look at my channel where you will also find many content for this topic. I'll link a good first step for you in the description. The next step is to make a few changes to be able to use the new possibilities of our custom rich text box. We can remove the code in the event handler print page. We will replace it with another one later. However, we still need 2 more events from the print document control. We can easily create these via the settings of the control and move them to the appropriate place. In the begin print event, we set a new variable to 0. In the end print event, we use a new method from our rich text box that did not exist in the old one, and we will use another one to update print page. So that's it. Let us test the result. So you see it works now. The text can be printed out as you see it here in the preview. This is of course only a very simple program, and we did not have to create a large layout like a calculator or similar. In the current status of the tool there are still several things that need a revision or could be improved, so test and change as much as you can. If you want more videos like this, let me know in the comments. Check out my channel first and see if you are interested in other programming topics. I'm always grateful for feedback and try to use the knowledge I've gained over the course of my professional career as much as possible. And don't forget to have fun.